G'day and welcome to the Box Seat. I'm Pete Anthonus. It's good to be here to preview 8 races from Belmont Park this Saturday. A quick look at the forecast, and it's saying showers with a possible storm and 17 degrees. The track I'm expecting will be soft and the rails in the 4 metre position. Race 1 at Belmont jumps at 12:09. It's the Pickles Memorial Plate over 1,300 metres, and our horse in focus will have a look at that most recent start of Got a Motor.
To them on the home corner is Got a Motor, but they haven't gone overly hard. And then Angel Jupiter balancing up, 300 left to go. And it's Miss Tycoon who shows the way from Stella D'Or. Miss Elmire in behind them, battling is Got a Motor. Coming to the 150, it's Miss Tycoon. She'd snuck away now from Stella D'Or. It's still Miss Tycoon. Miss Tycoon from Got a Motor starting to run on now. Miss Tycoon clinging on though, and Miss Tycoon all the way.
I thought it was a good debut there from Got a Motor. It ran strong sections throughout the race. I don't think it was necessarily suited sitting in the box seat. It took a fraction to get out into the straight and to clear air, and once it got going it really hit the line well over the last 100 metres or so. I think the step up in distance looks ideal. I'm expecting a nicer run in transit from the wider draw, and all things being equal it can follow on from that impressive debut with a victory here. Second pick is the 1 Kelvin. It looks like this distance really suits the horse, and obviously stepping up further as time goes on will be even more ideal. The horse ran a good last 400 metre split off a 1x1 position, and from gate 1 it will probably sit nice and soft once more in the box seat. Third pick is a 5, which is Maraschino. It obviously showed a great turn of foot there, laid off what was a relatively slow tempo. The horse still does a few things wrong, but if it puts it all together, it will be storming down the outside. And then fourth pick is a 7, which is Eye of the Day. It's coming from 2 pretty slowly run races in its last couple of starts. All things being equal though, it should be able to jump from that wide gate, take its time coming across and lead this event once more. On top in race 1 is a 3, Got a Motor, from 1 Kelvin, 5 Maraschino and 7 Eye of the Day. Race 2 at Belmont jumps at 12:49. It's the Tab Touch Bet Your Bet handicap over 1,400 metres, and we'll have a look at the most recent performance of True Attraction.
For Pike, Grey Enigma sitting directly on her outside, followed further back by Tonka Tough, and in behind them True Attraction at the 200 now, and over on the outside Leading Girl pounced upon Diamond Tanique, who got to the front fleetingly, but Leading Girl extends, she burst clear down the outside. Here's True Attraction charging with a great run late, but Leading Girl will be too good. It's a Cerisa White.
True Attraction's come back in good form so far this campaign, and reading between the lines last start where it was in the same race as Leading Girl, if it had if they'd switched barriers around, obviously True Attraction may have settled slightly more forward. Well, it now gets gate 5, so if it can settle anywhere other than last, you'd have to give it a huge shout in this event. And even if it does settle last, that turn of foot it showed last start was very, very good indeed. So it goes on top for me from the 2, which is Flower of War. The wide gate won't really trouble the horse too much. It will take its time coming across as it did last start, and all things being equal, it's been running very strong sections out in front. So if it can keep that up and it gets any favours during the race, it should be very hard to get past. Third pick is the 5, which is Kakadu. This is probably the sneaky horse in the race. It was restrained back towards last, now gets gate 2. Again, if it can settle midfield, it's shown really good late sections in its first 2 runs back so far this preparation. And then fourth pick is the 7, which is Forgotten Star. The horse just keeps doing what it does best, and that's running a huge last 400 and last 200. Again, it just needs a bit of clear galloping room from gate 4, but it should be able to attain that during the race. On top in race 2 is the 3 True Attraction, from 2 Flower of War, 5 Kakadu and 7 Forgotten Star. Race 3 at Belmont jumps at 1:29. It's the free entry to Belmont Park handicap over 1,400 metres. And for our horse in focus, let's have a look at Inflation, last seen at Belmont.
Inflation is immediately under heavy pressure. In behind them, Son of Bacchus. Advocator getting an inside run. City Circle is there. Mankind winds up, and so does Not to be Missed, but Flower of War with 200 left to go. In front from City Circle and Inflation. Flower of War in trouble. City Circle draws alongside. It's City Circle. Flower of War kicks back. She fights, she digs in, she responds, and she gets it.
I thought this was a good performance there by Inflation. It jumped okay, was ridden with intent and sat in the breeze in a race where Flower of War obviously is a proven galloper with strong sections behind it. So Inflation's performance sitting in the breeze, I think now drawn gate 3, it should be able to actually lead this event, and if it can, I think it will be a huge shout there rolling out in front. The horse itself had to cope with a slowdown last start, but still kicks strong over the last 200 metres. Second pick is a 3 coming around. Again, it was a horse that was ridden for position. We have seen it go back previously, but I thought it was a good sign that the horse is settling midfield first up. It's drawn gate 7 here, which is a little bit sticky, but it should still be able to find cover all the same. And the horse has a good turn of foot coming home in the final stretch. Third pick is the 5, Gates of Babylon. Hard to knock this horse. It's coming off 2 career best performances in its last 2 starts. The only query for me is gate 4. If Inflation holds the front and puts Gates of Babylon into the breeze, that will mean it will have to work a little bit harder during the early stages. And then 4th pick is the 8, Son of Bacchus, who had to cope with a little bit of a slowdown. There was stop-start sections it had to cope with last start, sitting in the box seat. But again, it's another horse who should find probably the same position in this start. It just needs that little bit more luck in transit. On top in race 3 is the 2, Inflation, from 3 coming around, 5, Gates of Babylon, and 8, Son of Bacchus. Race 4 at Belmont jumps at 2:09. It's the Weddings at Ascot handicap over 1,600 metres. And for our horse in focus, we'll have a look at a return to form from Battle Talk.
War God, Friaresque and Mrs. Brown's Boy. Battle Talk down towards the inside. Money Maher. Noski's really hard at work on the favourite from Capo Doro. Touch of Silver. Maginica's the leader. 200 to go. A length and a half still from Friaresque. War God. Here's Battle Talk, and Pike is starting to wind him up. Maginica gobbled up by Battle Talk. Gee, they're a good combination, this pair. And Battle Talk is able to
It was good to see Battle Talk return to form, and obviously the horse has a great pairing when matched up with Willie Pike, but it also loves coming back to Belmont and the 1600 distance range. The horse also has a tremendous record in soft weather, so if there's any rain or if the rain falls as expected between now and Saturday, the horse should be right there in the finish. Gate 4 looks ideal and Peter Hall is flying at the moment, so it goes on top for me from the 4, Mrs. Brown's Boy. The horse jumped well last start, wasn't ridden with too much intent and sat 1 out, 1 back. I think if it can free roll or if there's more tempo up front, the horse will be better suited, and it also will appreciate the soft ground. Third pick is the 1, Maginica. The last couple of starts it's been ridden with intent. That's been pretty much the game plan since joining the Maley camp, and I see no reason why they won't try the same thing again here. And then 4th pick is the 8, Friar Fox, who first time seen back in WA since going over to join the Darren Weir camp. It's had the 1 trial, which overall was pretty quiet, just running around under its own steam, but it finds a nice race to kick off and resume its acquaintances with WA and Justine Erkelenz. On top in race 4 is 2, Battle Talk, from the 4, Mrs. Brown's Boy, 1, Maginica, and 8, Friar Fox.